It's Matt with Hamilton Acres.
I wanted to give you a quick review of the Kubota L2501 that we purchased, I don't know, it's been a few months ago. And I'm really just now starting to be able to get to use it out there at the property, but I wanted to kind of give you guys my 2 cents. I know there's a lot of tractor videos out there about the Kubotas and the different ones, and I want to give you a couple of things that I've learned about it. And one thing that I want to show you that's really important if you guys do get one of these, it's the little guard that I've put on here. And basically what I did was I went to Rural King and found this mesh, and it was already pre-cut and everything. And I'll show you some pictures here in a little bit, but of how I made it. And basically I just bent it over, I painted it, and you know, Kubota orange or whatever, and then had to drill some holes in here. And a lot of people I've seen on YouTube, they've welded theirs on, and the issue that I have with that is, as you can see already, I don't know how well the picture is going to show it, but it's already bent, hit, damaged, tore up, and I wanted to be able to replace that. So all I have to do now is take a few bolts out, go get a new one from Real King, paint it, and should be able to put it right back on there. So all right, the other thing you're going to notice is I did get I think I got this for my birthday or for Christmas. I think it was my birthday, but I did get the saw haul. And the saw haul, it's basically just a scabbard. Slide your saw in there, that baby rides around in there, pretty convenient. You know, you just make sure your saw's filled up, and you know, when you're out there on the trails or whatever, and every time you go, it seems like there's another tree across the trail, right? So really handy. I did get the grapple. It's the SGC 0660. It's worked out pretty well. I'm sure, hopefully you guys seen some other videos that I put this thing through its paces, and hasn't let me down yet. So one thing I did do, modification I made, was I put this, let's see if I can get it in here for you. This is a relay and a light box, and I also added here last weekend, so I could start making my YouTube videos, but a 12-volt outlet back here. And you'll notice I got the cord that's long enough to go up to the little station on top here. The reason I put it back here was in hopes that when I put the ROPS bar up, that I can mount it off to the side here for the most part and still get the bird's eye view. But for right now, I just stuck one of those GoPro mounts on there, and it seems to work pretty good. I know that down here it's going to be in the way. So eventually I'd like to get something put back here, whether it's magnetic or some type of mount. But one other thing that I've done to it is I've put this floor mats in here, and basically it's the stuff that goes in your toolbox, and I had some left over from a roll, so I rolled it out one day and was able to cut it out, and I put it on both sides. And it's fairly easy to do, really. And all those holes, I didn't drill any of those holes. Those are all holes that are in it, you know, like down here on this footstep. So I just bought some stainless steel hardware and put some holes in the rubber, and seemed to go fairly well. Another modification I did, like I said, I put this light switch back here, but I actually mounted some LED lights. And if you'll see here, it's just got sticky backs on there, and then actually these are all magnetic mounts in here. And then I kind of tie wrapped them down just to make sure they wouldn't fall off, because I was watching some videos about the ROPS bar. You know, if you drill a hole back here, it voids the warranty on the ROPS, or they won't give you the trade-in value or whatever. So the other thing I thought is that if I do hit a limb or something, I really don't want it to break my light. I'd rather just break the tie wrap and pull the light off and, you know, kind of prevent some damage. I know it looks a little funky, but I may change it someday. But so when you flip this thing up, this big light obviously goes in the front, and then it's got these two little lights in the back that can swivel so that when you're working, you can see in front of you and then back here behind you as well, for your implements and whatnot. So those, I think I bought off of Amazon, but they turn it to daylight out. You can see 360 all the way around you. Obviously with the lights in the front of the tractor here, you know, you lift the bucket up or you lift your load up and you can't see anything with those lights where they're at. So they do serve a purpose if it's down, but when you raise it up, you really can't see a whole lot. So another mod I did was I added these toolboxes on here, and basically I just sandwiched, kind of like the saw hall. That's where I got the idea from. I just sandwiched the brace for the mount, and you know, you can keep your chains in here. I got a lighter for when we do bonfires and stuff. Really super handy. And this is just your standard, I think it's a 50 caliber ammo can, so it's weatherproof. And of course I painted it Kubota orange, and then the same thing for back here. I mounted another one, and it's just mounted on the little bar that goes across there where it had a cheap flimsy Kubota plastic toolbox, and I knew that wasn't going to last long, not the way I do stuff. So I did buy the quick hitch, and I tell you, I got some it is easy to use. I do have some complaints about this little guy right here. There was another one here, and basically every time I used it, I'd lose one of these, and it's just it just really wasn't this little cotter pin right here, key pin, whatever you want to call it, it just really didn't do its job. And every time I used it, it would get ripped out and I'd lose one of those pins. So I went ahead and stuck a bolt on the top. I am going to get something a little more heavy duty to make sure that that thing's mounted on there right. And then I added a ball to my drawbar, and I can slide that in and out and get it out of the way of the PTO. But I use that so I can drag around my little log splitter we got, and makes life a lot easier. So you can kind of go around as a kind of like a war wagon. But I guess that's it. If you have any questions like about how I wired this up, there's actually some wires back here that come factory, and then the kit I bought came with the relay and everything, so it was really kind of simple. I did heat shrink everything, you know, made really nice good solid joints, so I didn't have to ever worry about it. That's all weatherproof, you know, with gaskets and everything. So I'm not really worried about longevity with that. I think that's going to be a good connection. But I think I've got 36 hours on it. I don't know if you can see it. 36 hours of play time, and look forward to a lot more. I did purchase a few other implements with the Kubota. We got the bucket. It does have the quick attach, and you know, I got the third function kit for the grapple put on. And I didn't get the heavy duty bucket, I just got the medium bucket that comes standard with the loader that comes on it. But you can see here we got the third function valve and everything tied in. The heavy duty brush cutter, the rotary, 6-foot rotary cutter, bush hog, whatever you want to call it. And we bought the land plane instead of the box, grater box, and then a set of forks. All those things I think will come in handy. Every time I go out there, I swap attachments back and forth and use them and get stuff done. So if you're looking at a Kubota, the reason I went with the L2501, the L2501 is under the horsepower rating for emissions, and it doesn't have all the DEF and all the electronics and all that other stuff that comes with it. It's just a straight diesel tractor, and it doesn't have all those other things that I think eventually you know, kind of give you problems down the road. So hopefully this thing will, you know, get a lot of hours put on it without too much trouble.